Life is a constant pivot. I think you would probably agree with that, right? We got to constantly pivot based on what's happening in life. Especially for me, being on the move, and I was just in Idaho visiting my kids, and now I'm back on the road and heading south back to Baja, Mexico, Baja California Sur, as it would be, because it's actually in Cerritos Beach, which is South Baja. But I am heading back there, and I've got a van full of pillows and sheets and bedding and all that kind of stuff, and other things, towels and all that, to get the casita that I'm getting ready to Airbnb, and getting that all set up. So that's it. I'm heading back down there to get all that done, because the season down there starts in October. So yeah, I've had to pivot because I was going to stay up in that area up north, California, and then kind of shift between there and Idaho. But I have to get this done. So the only option with these things that I have, I can't fly, which would have been cheaper. I've got to drive because I have all these things that I got to get down there. So I had to pivot because it has to get done by October, and I don't have much time. And as we all know, time can fly by pretty quick. But this is part of the adventure. This is part of what I'm doing. This is part of my season, and I'm embracing it. I've learned to embrace pivoting, and that's just something that we have to do in life if we want to make change or improve. Because if we stay stagnant in our constant and don't do something different, such as pivoting, then nothing's going to change, and we will be in the exact same spot that we were a year ago or 5 years ago. Like, imagine that, if you are still in the same spot 5 years from now and nothing's changed. I mean, for some people that's okay, and that's what they want. But if you want change and you want something different, then you have to pivot and try new things and make mistakes along the way. And I don't really like to call it mistakes. It's more of just learning lessons. And that is how life works, is you learn through doing. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm learning by just going for it and doing, because people think this is crazy. They're like, what are you doing driving so much? You're here, then you're there. But I know what I want for my life and what I don't want for my life. And what I don't want for my life is to ever sit in a office again, sitting at a desk. I never want that again. I would rather be, I don't want to say broke or poor, because I don't like that terminology. I would rather have less money and be doing things like this, where there's freedom and I don't have somebody that I have to ask for a day off, or if I can leave for lunch at a certain time, or things like that. That just doesn't jive with me. So this is part of my path, and it may not be for everybody, but it's for me. And I look at life as, I don't want to look back and say I wish I did, but rather I want to say I'm glad I did, because as I've said so many times before, we only have one shot at life, and this is it. There's no escaping death. We're all going to die. We all know this. I don't know if we all think about it, but I think about it daily, really. I wake up and I know that is very possible, that it's very possible that I can die today. there's no guarantee to any of it. So I try to really embrace doing what I want to do, and responsibly though. I'm not being, crazy about what I'm doing. I am being responsible. I still believe I'm a very good dad. Actually, I know I'm a very good dad. And my kids know that I'm there for them if they ever need me. And I'm just building a life that is going to be that of freedom, and it already is. There is a lot of freedom already, but I want to build a life to have more community and friends and family, and being able to gather and have big fun events with whatever it is, just like gathering and being together and making new friends from all over the place. And I feel like I've already made new friends here on YouTube with a bit of a community, and I really appreciate you all watching. So I mean, that's what I just wanted to touch on right now as I'm driving, and the thought came to my head about pivoting and how that just relates to life in general, and how we have to do that in order to grow or to go towards what we want in life. So have you ever had, my question to you is, have you ever had to pivot? And are you open to pivoting, or are you more like, I just want to stay in my lane and not have to pivot? So yeah, put a comment. I would love to hear any stories too, just of like how you've had to pivot in life. Like, I know there are people out there obviously that have commented in past videos saying that they have similar stories, or that they are also living in a vehicle, or they've had to go through the divorce, or they had all the things and now they've simplified and their lives are so much better after simplifying. And I think that is just really cool to hear that there are others that are part of the same, on the same page, so to speak, because it can feel very lonely. And I know there are other people obviously that are doing the same thing, but when you hear it and you read about it, it just makes me feel not so alone, especially being on the road and driving for so long. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. I'll tune in a little bit more with the rest of my travels. I'm still in California, but I'll be in Mexico sometime tomorrow, driving across the border. All right, take care. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, or comment. Thank you. Take care.